Hello everybody and welcome to a new, funky, fresh, original, new, funky, fresh idea that is totally original and not stolen from some other absolutely amazing content creator. For those of you who play Terraria, you are more than likely familiar with the Master Mode difficulty, which while playing gives you the exact same feeling as dying in a Minecraft hardcore world. I would know. There are also certain worlds that will always generate a certain way, called secret seeds. These seeds either aim to greatly increase the difficulty even more than Master Mode, or is just a cool little Easter egg. So the main man, Red himself, decided to put all of the secret seeds together to make one abomination of a world, known as the Get Fix Boy seed, or more commonly known as the Zenith seed, turning Master Mode into Legendary Mode. So today is where I make one of the biggest mistakes of my entire life, playing the Zenith seed. But not only will I be playing this abortion of a world, I will also be doing it on Meduimcore, which for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, normally in Terraria, you die and you do not drop your items. This is due to the insane amount of times that you die, and the amount of grinding you need to get those items. Meduimcore makes it so not only do you drop your items on death, but you drop all of them. You keep nothing. A few things to note before we begin is that this is the second hardest thing to do in vanilla Terraria, only being outclassed by hardcore mode in this same seed. I also streamed all of this so you can see my live reaction as I attempt to complete this playthrough. I've set myself 5 goals/rules for this playthrough, ranging from that's not too bad to how in the blue fuck am I going to do that? But we will get to those later. Also, as this video series progresses, my face cam will change, so just ignore that. Let's get right in, shall we? We spawn, not in the nice green blue sky surface that we normally do, but in hell, with a handful of NPCs, ranging from moderately useful to completely worthless, like this party girl. But we have no money and can't buy anything anyway, so we ignore them and begin chopping a tree. Before this playthrough, I actually played this seed and beat it, so I know what to expect from it. Being the Trump 2024 supporters that we are, we immediately make 2 walls to keep out all of the hell mobs that will soon be coming to murk us. We then make ourselves some ashwood armor, as well as signs to put down our goals. Those being, make a Gigachad of a base, because a bigger of a base we have, the more obvious it is of how big our caucus is. The second one being to beat every boss, and yes, this does include the Empress of Light and invasion bosses, such as the Old One's army. Our third goal ties into our second, which is to beat every boss before the 3 major game points of progression. This being the Wall of Flesh, Plantera, and the Moonlord, which means not only will we have to fight the Empress of Light in this seed, but we'll also have to beat her before beating the Moonlord, which I'm sure we are not going to regret at all. The fourth goal is quite a simple one, that being to get every NPC, including all the town slimes and pets. Our fifth and final goal is poetic in a way. Due to us playing on the Zenith seed, I figured we should finish this playthrough by obtaining the Zenith itself. That way, we can absolutely shred any boss after they have already been beaten to a pulp. Having those put down, we rope up to the rainbow mushroom biome above us. And yes, this is a rainbow, not LGBTQ. You can tell because there are no overweight blue-haired people around. Wondering how long it will be before we die, we carefully observe our surroundings, looking for 3 main things: traps, which will surely kill us in 1 hit, crispy honey, which will surely kill us in 1 hit, and yummy loot, which will probably not stop us from getting killed in 1 hit, but it will be a step on the world's tallest staircase of progression. As I am mining up some ores, I take notice to my defense, which for some odd reason is 1, despite the fact that we have full ashwood armor. Unfortunately, I did not realize that on the Zenith seed, it takes away defense points for seemingly no reason. We head back down to hell in search of rope, knowing that we need the merchant to move in so he can sell it to us. So we whip up some NPC housing, and we try to do it quick enough so that the current NPCs will stay with us, which does not happen as the current party ends and they all combust at once. We head back up to Rainbow Mushroom Land so we can expand our Heaven Evader, mining up all the ores as we go, praying for some heart crystals, as those are the only thing that will actually help us survive right now. But I'm not careful enough around some crispy honey and die to lava, dropping all of our items in the process. We collect our items and die again, almost immediately. Unfortunately, since the skeleton picked up my money, he does not despawn, but instead does a WWE Super Slam right on top of us while trying to get our loot. We eventually sneak past some mobs, collect our loot, and continue upwards. stumbling into the forest with a minecart track. So naturally, we ride it. But a kind demon eye tells us that our cart isn't up to code and sends us off the cart and back to hell. We head back up, collect our items, and continue to explore, mining up ores and some stone for a furnace. This world is starting to feel very, very repetitive. But with the spirits of WaffleTime, Sipho, and McRae with us, we push on. The only thing that we need right now is the merchant, as we are quickly running out of rope for us to use. So we keep exploring whilst we wait. We go back home after almost dying to slime, make a furnace, a yo-yo, which is a pretty fantastic weapon, as it has something the majority of the melee class does not have: range. We kill that one skeleton from earlier with our sick new yo-yo, and he drops us 40 silver. And we need 50 for the merchant, so we attempt to kill some monsters but fail. We've been playing for 45 minutes at this point, so we want to make some real progression, but we die again. Then go for some goopy, droopy slimes and skeletons. Once everything is dead, we realize that we have more than 50 silver, so instead of risking losing it again, we head home and wait for the merchant. He eventually decides that he should show up and move to a small room that's in hell. We buy some rope as well as an anvil. Then I pull up Microsoft Paint in order to show you beasts of viewers my plans for the Gigachad House, which is 5 massive balls stuck together. Because the more balls you have, the more testosterone there is, and the bigger they are, the better, because everyone likes bigger. We get to lumberjacking the hell wood until we have enough for the outline, which we immediately start on, making sure that it is the right size so that it all links up perfectly. But unfortunately, for our happy asses, there is a large quantity of crisp honey blocks where we want to build, and we can't even blow it up as the demolitionist hasn't moved in yet. So we make more NPC housing and use as many bombs as we can, which is not a lot. We finish off the first circle, which is looking pretty fucking awesome if I do say so myself. We then attempt to make a hole for the lava to drain into, but die again. I'm going to snap. Having enough of hell, we go exploring and find some yummy loot, like this mace and heart crystals. Die, collect our items, teleport home, and die. I've been playing for almost 2 hours at this point and have gotten nothing done. We continue exploring, dying. Although we are dying an ungodly amount, we remain calm and collected, only getting mildly angry due to the vast amount of hours spent playing calm and peaceful games, like Minecraft. We collect our items, but not before dying about another 39 more times to every slime, bird, eyeball, tree, or dumbass game mechanic in this seed. After we feel like we spent enough time exploring, we head back home to assess our loot, making a blood butcher, which if you didn't know, gives our enemies thousands of tiny paper cuts too small to see, but they hurt enough to make them want to curl up into a ball and cower from our incredibly masculine energy that we obtain by wielding this sword. We continue pushing upwards, needing to find the top of our world so that we can actually see some sunlight, since we are playing in our parents' basement, the most respectable of places. But it doesn't get much sun, so we'd like to see some. So we keep digging, find a mace, find some shoe spikes, keep digging, make some better armor, die with our new and better armor, find a mace, find another mace, and head back home to start moving to the giant single testicle we call a base, making sure all of our chests are nice and organized, as well as moving all of our crafting stations inside. Although this is temporary, because when the entire base is done, this ball will be turned into our planting area for all of our potions that we will need, so we don't die in 5 seconds to every boss in this stupid seed. Guess what we do next? Keep digging! But at least we find some minecart tracks to traps. There are traps on the tracks. Why would Red put this into the same world as bouncy boulders? It is beyond me. We gather our items, open a chest, find another fucking mace. Holy moly guacamole, we have enough maces! Luckily, our next chest has a pair of Moonlord legs, which has some weird white slime in them, so we decide not to put them on our massive gamer legs. We continue exploring, making sure to pay very close attention to the tracks for any traps, and end up finding the jungle and snow biome mixed together. But before we have a chance to explore it, we die again. But this time it's worse, because we die over lava, which means our stuff has a chance to burn. So we make it back, pick it up, and die over more lava than last time, burning the majority of our stuff, including our iron pants, forcing us to wear the Moonlord legs. They are incredibly gross and have a bit of moss near the toes. One pro tip for this seed, make multiple houses and beds so that you can set your spawn across the world. So when you die, you don't have to walk 10 miles to get your mediocre loot. You only have to walk 8. As you can guess, we abuse the hell out of this because we keep dying. We also decide that we have had enough of digging up. We haven't found anything good, and we aren't even halfway to the surface yet. So instead, We dig sideways! I know, this is revolutionary. But hopefully we stumble our way into some loot that will feel bad enough for us to not be terrible, but halfway decent. Knowing that we need to dig faster, we use our giant brains to craft something incredible. The Gravedigger's Shovel, which digs a 3x3 area of dirt, mud, snow, or any flowing blocks for us, which means we can dig ever so slightly faster. We immediately get to digging, finding various loot and ores so that we can almost max out our health and make some platinum armor. At this point, I'm almost ready to fight that big ass eyeball that has been staring at me for this entire playthrough so far. The only thing that we are missing is that motherfucking mini shark. So we look for some crimson hearts or corruption orbs to smash to get ourselves a Rango style gun or an 1800s musket so that the arms dealer gets excited enough to move in. As we wait, we continue to dig, but this time to the right, as the jungle is on the right side of our world and it has a lot of good loot that would be greatly beneficial. Blood moon! We're not that angry with the blood moon, as we haven't gotten one yet, and we have a lava pyramid trap, so hopefully we get some good loot, which doesn't happen. So to combat this, we decide that we need a lava pyramid trap at the top of our world so that we can actually get some cash money moolah. So we put off digging to the right and start digging up again, only having died a few times and having to deal with lava, honey, and bees. But despite all logic and reason, we keep pushing upwards until we reach the surface, which for some reason doesn't have the nice green grass, trees, and clear blue sky, but space, where it is incredibly dark and the spawn rates are high as shit, as well as the eaters being absolutely massive for no reason. But unfortunately for us, before we have a chance to make another lava pyramid trap, the Eye of Cthulhu decides that now was a good time to come over to our house and ask us for 3 eggs for some odd reason. But we have no eggs on account of us bulking, so we prepare to fight him off. Using our yo-yo and some shurikens, we attempt to fight him, the key word being attempt, as we get our asses handed to us before even reaching the second phase. But we are not at all angry by this, as we knew we might fail. So we retrieve our items and go sit AFK at our surface lava pyramid. We come back after AFKing for only around 4 hours to see we have acquired many burgers, a lot of money, and to my absolute surprise, a full set of Ancient Shadow armor, which I didn't even know you could get at this stage of the game. But I'm not complaining, as we will need to be overpowered as shit in order to beat the upcoming bosses. We teleport home, our heads full of confidence, ready to blood moon again. Thank you, game, for this fun and necessary event. Even with this absolute savage and OP gear, we still die a lot, and we hide in our lava pyramid trap, waiting for this to be over. Once it is, we get right back to digging, as we need a set of feral claws and 1 more heart crystal to max out our health. We are digging in the snow, doing some good old flinks juggling for flinks fur when we find our final life crystal. We are ecstatic, as now we have max health until hard mode, and a possible minion to help defend ourselves. We also make a Light's Bane, not doing as much damage as the Paper Cutter 3000, but it gives us some range which we desperately need. Eventually we dig into the jungle, praying to find either feral claws or a boomstick in less than 3 hours, but we cannot dig too fast or far because of these stupid man-eaters that can go through blocks for some reason. Then I get an idea that makes me feel smarter than Elon Musk. Normally, you do not craft the demon bow until after the Eye of Cthulhu, but since we have early access to demonite bars, we can make it early. So we rush home, make that bad boy up. This will be the weapon that takes down that big ass eyeball. We grab any shitty potions that we might have, as well as a handful of sus eyes. We also make a small arena to fight him on. We buff up and summon him right away. This time we do not die in 5 seconds to his first fave, but we use our Light's Bane to take care of his stupid simp minions, and Demon Bow when we want to deal real big damage. And to my surprise, we make to the second phase without taking that much damage. We keep swinging and shooting until he goes into his 3rd meltdown phase when someone told him to brush his yellow ass teeth. I mean, just look at those things. Ugh. At this point, we have to swing our Light's Bane and hope that we kill him before he kills us. And to my absolute shock, we beat him only on our 2nd attempt.
You're dead. You're so dead. Yes! Haha! Oh, we did it!
I am incredibly excited, as we now have access to the Shield of Cthulhu, which we will use for the majority of this playthrough. Not wanting to grind for another boss, we instead decide to do some base building. So we buy an almost illegal amount of dynamite and get to exploding the stupid mushroom biome above us. We now have a large area with plenty of room to make our base, which consists of 5 giant balls. It is nice to just relax and do some base building every once in a while. We make the middle, top, and one of the side ones, making sure that they are plenty big for their intended purposes, and putting the NPCs in the middle. It is at this point that I realize the torch god will inevitably start, and I do not want torches coming at me from all angles. I make a little box at the top of our base and stuff it full of torches so that they are easy to dodge. I attempt to do this event on stream and it goes horribly, so I decided to do the event off stream and record it. This is how it went. I die. I die. I die. I die. I die. Oh my gosh! I do not know why I'm having more trouble with the torch god than I did with the Eye of Cthulhu. but I try to make a nurse healing box. Emphasis on the try, as we can only place about 10 blocks before the event starts again. We eventually get the nurse to move into the little box we have. We also grab every buff station and potion I have, hoping that I can cheese this event and get it over with. We drink our potions and prepare to spam heal at the nurse, which goes very, very well. The speed of our clicking is unmatched, so we finally beat the Torch God. You know those feral claws that I was bitching about earlier? We still don't have those. As I'm digging through the jungle, something absolutely amazing happens. No, we don't get the claws, but we do get a boomstick, which now means the arms dealer can move in. So we head home, wait for our favorite gun-selling, possibly illegal American immigrant, and buy the mini shark, as well as a good and healthy amount of bullets. Then run our happy asses right back to the jungle, still begging for a taste of feral claws. We set up multiple houses across the world, the main one being in the jungle, because now we have the nurse and arms dealer, so we can put them anywhere and they will sell us biome specific pylons, and we only die 1300 times and have to deal with one blood moon, which is absolutely amazing. We are starting to want to reforge our weapons and accessories, and since this stupid ass seed seems to only want to give us blood moons, we summoned the goblins on our own, hiding in our lava pyramid as we watched them throw themselves into lava. After dealing with those hentai addicted goblins, we head straight back to digging, but this time to the left, because not only are we looking for the goblin tinkerer, but also the desert, as we need to make glass bottles so we can put those glass bottles on a table so we can make potions. So we dig and dig and dig until I find the underground desert, but still no goblin. So I keep digging, not dying or getting close to dying even once. We eventually find the goblin and do not do that much reforging, as it costs an arm and a leg to reforge anything. So we decide King Slime is looking like he needs his ass beat, so we expand our Eye of Cthulhu arena to a tremendous size, as well as making a thorn chakram. We summon him up right away. We are not too concerned with King Slime, as we are drastically overpowered. Are you kidding me? The easiest boss in this game, and I still get my ass handed to me. We try again, only after doing some therapy digging, knowing his movements and how to dodge him this time, and we did a slight bit of reforging. We mostly use the mini shark and stay far away from him, but he has been hitting the gym as he hits a jaw-dropping 150 damage and is faster than the Eye of Cthulhu when he wants to be. But despite this, we keep blasting, dodging, and chugging healing potions. Eventually, we wither his health down to nothing and take his dumb crown. That fight was way too close for comfort. But we collect our loot, which is mostly useless, the royal jail being the only exception, and we place down our new trophy next to the Eye of Cthulhu one at the top of our base. And with that, I believe that wraps up today's video, beating both the Eye of Cthulhu and King Slime, and not dying to King Slime even once. I would like to thank you all for watching, and all future videos in this style will go relatively the same, where we have to beat the next 2 bosses on the list. Although future videos won't be as long, I will still do my best to make them as entertaining as funny as possible. Now, all that I ask is that you leave a comment or join my Discord server to give me feedback on what to change or improve about these videos. And with that, make sure to go follow my Rumble channel, as the majority of this video is live streamed there. And have a good rest of your day. Gussie out.